today I wanted to teach you guys how to do brows using Benefit products. I get asked all the time to show you guys how I do my brows, what's the best way, what are the best products, what do I use. To be fair, I change up my brow style all the time. It kind of depends on the look, what I'm doing, what I'm going for. I thought I would show you a popular way that people like to do their brows or wear their brows. Honestly guys, it is a lot of practice, it's a lot of patience, and it's a lot of looking at your brows and working out what looks good for you and what products work for you and what you find easiest to use. But hopefully by showing you guys what I do, then it will help break it down and maybe give a couple of tips and tricks that you guys can try. So let's get into the video. So I picked up this amazing set from Benefit. I'm not sure if it's still available, but you get 5 of their best selling brow products in it, which is just amazing. In this set you get Ka-Brow, 24-hour brow setter, Goof Proof, Precisely My Brow, and Gimme Brow. I'm going to be using Ka-Brow, which is a pomade, to create this. It has a little brush in the lid, which is absolutely brilliant. It's such a great invention and great for travelling or if you're on the go a lot. What I really like about this product is you really don't need a lot, so be really gentle when popping your brush into the pomade, and then make sure to take the excess off on the back and also warm it up on the back of your hand. As you can see, a little bit goes a long way. The first thing I always do is brush up my brows, as this really helps you to see with the kind of shape that you want to create and gets all the brow hairs out the way. So now we're going to take the angled brush and we're going to start right on the arch, and what we're going to do is create the shape of the arch first, so then we can get rid of the majority of the product, as your tail will always be darker than the front end of your brow. As you can see, I'm just going in the direction of the natural hair growth and I'm placing the product on very, very gently. And then once we've created the shape at the bottom, we're going to connect it up by creating the shape at the top. I then like to brush the product through. So at this point you can see where it needs filling in, so I'm just going to take whatever's left on the brush, again very gently, and just fill in wherever it needs. So now for the front of the brow, I've just tapped into a little bit more of the product that was on the back of my hand, but very, very gently, as you want the front of the brow to be lighter. So first off, we're going to start by drawing the line underneath the front of the brow to create the shape. Then I'm going to turn my brush to the side, and using upwards motions I'm going to mimic brow hairs, and this is just going to create a little bit of a faded front. Top tip of mine would be to not keep dipping back into the product and to just kind of do it a couple of times, or if needed, and just use whatever's on the brush to really brush it through your brows so that you don't end up with a block brow. Using your spoolie throughout doing your brows is so important, as it pulls the product through your brows and gives it a much more natural finish. So now we're going to clean up the brows, and this is great if you've made any little mistakes. This will just clean it up nice and easy. So only apply a little amount of product to your flat brush, and again you want to start on the arch and work outwards just like we did when creating the brow, and then you want to pull the product down slightly and then work towards the front of your brow with the excess concealer. So because we've only applied a little amount of concealer, the way we're going to blend it in is just using the warmth of our finger just to press it in and make it blend into your eyelid. So to finish off the brows, we have 2 options. We have Gimme Brow, which is great for anybody that doesn't have many natural brow hairs. It adds little fibres onto them, which will create a thicker looking brow for you guys. Alternatively, you could go for the 24-hour brow setter, which if you're a regular to my channel, you'll know I use this all the time. It's genuinely the best clear brow gel that I have ever used. It's about £22, so it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but genuinely worth the investment. So I'm going to use this to fluff up the front of my brow. So I start at the front and pull the hairs upwards, and then for the rest of my brow I go in the same direction as the natural hair growth, and this is just going to neatly place them all together and just make your brows look that little bit more finished off. Okay, so now for the other side, we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take that little bit more product, as the product on the back of my hand has dried out now. And I'm going to do the same thing where I take the excess off on the back of my hand and make sure that it warms the product up before applying it to my brows. So we're going to do the exact same on this brow by starting at the tail of the brow and working outwards. We're going to create the line at the bottom first and then the line at the top, and then fill it all together before moving on with the excess product towards the front of the brow. Again, we're going to flip my brush to the side and we're going to go in upwards motions to create little tiny brow hairs that are slightly more faded than the arch. Now it's time to clean up the brows again, and we're just going to take that concealer only a little bit and just on the underneath of the brow. I do want to mention I don't conceal on top of my brow as it just gives a little bit of a harsher look, but if that's what you're going for, then of course you could conceal around the top. I do recommend to use your finger to just press this into your skin, as it's so much easier than using a brush. So I'm taking that brow gel again, making sure that I fluff up the front of my brow and then smoothing down the rest of the hairs towards my arch. Tutorial. I hope you guys loved seeing how I got these brows. If you have any other video suggestions for me, then please leave me a comment down below of what you want to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys.